5 p.m. and I call to order the Grand Island Public Schools Board of Education hearing. This is the September 3rd, 2020 budget hearing. Notice of this hearing has been advertised in the Grand Island Independent, which is the district's designated method of giving notice of these hearings. We want those in attendance to know that copies of the Open Meetings Act are available at the entrance to the boardroom. If anyone in attendance is interested in addressing our board, you are welcome to do so. We simply request that you complete the appropriate form and turn it into us now so that you may be recognized. I'm going too fast, sorry, during the public forum part of our meeting. These forms are also located by the entry doors of the room. Mrs. Simmons, will you please call the roll? Present.
Dr. Brose. Mr. Brown.
Present.
Erica Wolf.
Here.
Mr. Barcenas.
Yes.
Mrs. Inc.
Here.
Mrs. Albers.
Here.
And Mrs. Gordemaker.
Here.
All right, thank you. We'll move to agenda item 3, which is the request to address the board. And I do not see anyone here to request the board and didn't receive forms. So we will move on to agenda item 4, which is the public hearing on the proposed 2020-2021 budget. Mr. Harden.
Well, thank you, Mrs. Hinkle, and we just spent the last hour in a budget workshop, so hopefully you have a working knowledge of the things that are going on with the budget for next school year for GIPS. With that, I would conclude my comments and give anyone in attendance that wants to speak from the public.
All right. Does anybody have any questions that you thought of between walking down the hallway, I guess? No? Okay. All right. This meeting is adjourned. Okay, I got to get back. Is that all we needed to do then for the budget? I was thinking there was one more.
There's a hearing for the
Levy, there it is, okay. Yep. I thought there was another one. All right, it is now 6:37 p.m. and I call to order the Grand Island Public Schools Board of Education hearing. Oops, well, I just apparently didn't want to. Let me try that again. This is a September 3rd, 2020 levy hearing. Notice of this hearing has been advertised in the Grand Island Independent, which is a district's designated method of giving notice of these hearings. We want those in attendance to know that copies of the Open Meetings Act are available to the entrance of the boardroom. If anyone in attendance is interested in addressing our board, you're welcome to do so. We simply request that you complete the appropriate form and turn it into us now so that you may be recognized during the public forum part of our meeting. These forms are also located by the entry doors of this room. Mrs. Simmons, will you please call the roll?
Mrs. Hinkle.
Present.
Dr. Brose.
Present.
Mr. Brown.
Still present.
Ms. Wolf.
Here.
Mr. Barcenas. Mrs. Inc.
Here.
Mrs. Albers.
Here.
Mrs. Gordemaker.
Here.
All right. Agenda item 3 is the request to address the board. And again, I do not see that anyone is here. So then agenda item 4 is the public hearing on 2020-2021 levy hearing. Mr. Harden.
Well, it's always good to say that the levy's going down, so the levy's going down due to increase in valuation, which if you had an increase in valuation might not help a lot. But, it is going down basically in the bond fund 0.014 cents. So it is somewhat of a relief if you didn't get an increase in valuation. So the other funds, $1.04 for the general fund, a penny for the special building, and 3 cents for the QC puff. So from basically a dollar, or what was it, $1.20 plus to just under $1.19 for all the funds. So with that, I would conclude my comments.
All right, thank you. Does anybody have any questions? All right. If not, then we are adjourned. Thank you, everyone. So the next item is, or the next portion, and so Kelly, were you going to take off or?
I'll stay.
It shouldn't take very long. So this is a workshop, and I don't know, I was gonna say, yeah, nobody else needs to stay but the board for this, because we're just gonna prepare a little bit for interviews for Tuesday. So thank you, Cabinet. Have a good evening and a good Labor Day weekend. Yeah, come take cookies.